This Sunday is March 29th. Yep, that's right. This upcoming Sunday. We also call that Palm Sunday, or you could say Passion Sunday. Um, it gets us into the last week of Lent, which we call Holy Week. I like the term holy. Holy means set apart from all other weeks. And I want to encourage you to journey with Jesus. In all the Gospels, look at where the Palm Sunday, where he comes riding in to Jerusalem on Passover, um, riding a donkey, because that sets you up for all the events that are going to take place during Holy Week. Oh, you'll read about the people yelling, Hosanna, blessed he who comes in the name of the Lord. You'll read about Jesus going to the temple and Matthew, Mark, and Luke. You'll see this the money changers at the temple, and you get an angry Jesus right now. You got to be there in the event where he sees the money changers and he's angry and he's mad. This is my place is meant to be a place of prayer in my Father's house. You turned it into a den of thieves. Angry about that. Different kind of Jesus than we usually picture. Very mad, very mad. What's going on in the Father's house? Not happy. You'll go with him to the upper room where they have the Passover, but a lot of traditional things. But Jesus adds some new events to the Passover. Um, you'll read about how he brings in the service we today call communion, Lord's Last Supper, which isn't originally part of the Passover, but Jesus brings something new into it, which we observe in our church today. Some do it every Sunday, some do it once a month. Communion Sunday. And John, the Gospel of John, doesn't really talk about communion, but he talks about foot washing. And so travel with, be in the room maybe. Maybe you're one of the disciples still not getting what he's all about, what they're all about. And they're wanting to, well, we want to sit your right hand. We want to, well, when we come into the kingdom, we're going to be the dudes in charge. And Jesus, they're not getting the point. They've been with him for 3 years and they're still not catching on what they're called to be servants. And then he washes their feet. Look at Peter's response. Jesus is going to say in that upper room that there's going to be someone here that's going to betray him, and which is going to be Judas, and someone will deny him. And look at Peter's response. He says, I'll never deny you. And Jesus says, before the rooster crows, Peter, you're going to deny him 3 times. Well, I think they all are, you know. Go to the garden where Jesus goes to pray. And he says, stay watch. Stay watch. And he prays. See the agony of his prayer. Be there. Maybe you're hearing it. And he's saying, God, is there any way out of this? You see, Jesus knew the cross was before him. And it wasn't so much the martyr death on the cross, but what his death was going to represent for all of us, taking upon the sins of the world, taking upon your sin, my sin. He says, God, is there any way, Father, is there any way out of this? Is there another plan? Even though he knew the plan all along, but is there another plan? And Jesus says, but not my will, but your will be done. Go with him a little farther when he gets arrested and by the Sanhedrin. Be Peter as you're walking in the distance and somebody says, they look at you and they go, hey, weren't you one of his followers? Now Jesus is being arrested by the temple guards. They're coming to get him. And Peter goes, no, I don't know him. No, you got the wrong guy. And another person says, I'm sure you're with him. No, I don't know him. And then a third time, yes, I know. And Peter says, I do not know this man. And the rooster crows. And if you dare go all the way to the cross, which we call Good Friday week, by the way. If you haven't got a Good Friday service to go to, I hope you go to a Good Friday, or at least have your own Good Friday service. Be with Jesus at the cross. I don't know. The only disciple I know that was there was John and the women. Somehow the women, sometimes I think the women express more faith than the guys at this point. Maybe they're the real followers. They followed him all the way to the cross. Be with him when Jesus cries out, "It is finished," which is not a cry of defeat, it's a cry of victory. We did it. We accomplished what we were meant to be and to do. Someone once said to me, and I've shared this too, I know we're looking forward to Easter. Oh, that's going to be fantastic. Love Easter. Uh, Churches are usually packed on Easter. Great events, singing, pageantry, the whole message. Oh, it's a highlight. But when someone said, how can you really experience the glory of Easter if you haven't experienced the agony of the cross? Unless you really know what Jesus meant to die for you, how are you going to truly understand what it meant for him to rise for you? So I want to invite you. Look, starting, well, you can do it now, but starting Sunday, read the events. You can read about it in Matthew and Mark and Luke and John, but go all the way to the cross. And then on Easter, go ahead and read Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John about Easter. Oh, and by the way, Andrew, if you're happening to watch this, yes, on Sunday, I'm going to send out a special Sunday one called Huta Sunday. And some of you know what I'm going to talk about, but I have to share it. Oh, God bless you, and pray you're going to have a powerful Holy Week.